That was a tough play as the high hopper thrown. How much did Hewitt get him by? But a step, bang, bang. That'll bring up Chad Lindholm, and you can see Gwynn just getting the throw as Godfrey was reaching the bag. 2 down here in the fourth. The runner, Castillo, advances to second. Pitch down low as Lindholm steps in. He is 0 for 1. He sacrificed, was aboard on an error on that sacrifice, and eventually scored on another error, and he also grounded into a double play.
Lindholm is a very, very smart hitter. He's a very patient hitter.
The curve, a strike.
They need a big hit out of him right now.
Now, this ball game being played on Friday the 28th, it is prom night for Los Alamitos. So the fact that this game had about a half-hour first inning and is bound to end quite late is going to have some young ladies miffed at their dates, but not much they can do. Rob Wygott tried weeks ago if this quarterfinal matchup featured Wilson and the Griffins, tried to get the date moved to Thursday, and of course if the Bruins needed to use Hess on Tuesday, they wouldn't have wanted to play a game on Thursday. So the offer declined, and prom night will ensue after this ball game. And every horror movie I've ever seen about prom night, it's usually rather ugly, and this game for the Griffins has been rather ugly.
It has, but they're nibbling. They got a run in this inning. They're down by 5 runs. They have a runner in scoring position and a smart hitter up here.
Let's put it this way. They've got a pulse. They're not dead yet. Down by 5 in the fourth. Still plenty of time. Swing and a miss, but time is running out. Lindholm goes down on strikes in the inning. 1 run scores on a couple of base hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We're now through 4 complete. It's 9-4 in favor of the Bruins. That green patch on the field was momentarily, or moments ago, manned by the Bruins, who were getting into a cheer and looked like they were firing themselves up as they were getting ready for their at-bat here in the top of the 5th inning. And, you know, you want to psych yourself out or psych yourself up. You know, you get a bunch of teenage guys together and all yelling at the top of their lungs. And, you know, this is what was taking place just moments ago as the coaches got them together. And right about the tail end of that, they got into a little like frat-like yell.
You think they're smelling that semifinal game next week? 9-4 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Well, Greg Schwinn's day is through. I guess we'll finally get a chance to take a look at the Bruins dancing, jumping up and down. We'll get to it eventually. Here we go. It was worth the wait. David Reyna will take over. A senior trying to hold the Bruins at bay and keep this from being his last game in a Griffin uniform. So for Schwinn goes 4 innings. 4 innings pitched. He gave up 9 runs. All of them but 1 earned. It was a tough ball game for Schwinn. He walked 3 actually, 4, make that 4. Had 4 walks. Struck out 3. Grounded down the line. Smith fields, throw down low, beats it out. Good hustle by Billy Gwynn. Inconceivably beats out a routine ground ball to third. Gwynn, not the fleetest of foot, but hey, shows good enough wheels to beat it out.
Well, I thought he was out, but the umpire, who was in a better position than I was, let's take a look at it.
Let's slow down right here when he gets to the bag.
Very close.
Yeah, he's out. Well, that's a base hit for Billy Gwynn that shouldn't have been, but I'm sure he'll take it.
First base umpire Wilson James from Moreno Valley, 12-year umpire veteran, calls it differently than I saw it, and that's not unusual.
And then Billy Gwynn steals second base standing up as Reyna forgot all about him. Well, Reyna, who is just into the ball game on the mound, is starting to experience some of the pressure that the Bruins could put on you. An infield single, a stolen base, a runner now at second, nobody out. Brian Hewitt at the plate. He's 1 for 2, singled and flied out. Pickoff attempt, actually a fake. Brady Warner, who is 1 for 2, is on deck. He'll be followed by Greg Wasick, who is 1 for 2. Each of them have homered. Brian Hewitt, one of the 4 who have yet to go deep.
Mark Clabo, the coach at Wilson, has been very pleased with the development defensively by Brian Hewitt. And he has been he swung a pretty good bat too, batting about .435 thus far as home plate umpire Bob Stavisky is conversating with a member of the coaching staff of LosAl.
That is a very positive way of looking at that conversation. 2-0 count. Runner at second has the lead. Reyna's pitch.
Oh, man.
Hewitt saw something in his eyes that he liked.
Yeah, he may have been the only one that saw that. Well, he swung at a ball that was almost over his head.
And I've seen guys knock those pitches out of the park. Just because it's that high doesn't mean it's not hittable. Sometimes, because it's that high, it helps give it some lift. The pitch, a curveball in the dirt. So the count now 3-1. These two teams are playing for a trip to the semifinals. Should the Bruins advance, they will have, in the first round, defeated Bosco, who was a second-place team. Then Thousand Oaks, a first-place team. LosAl is a first-place team. But should they advance to the semifinals, they will face a wild card team, as this one is just on the edge of the screen, and Ryan Hansen with a fine play.
Ryan Hansen is a fine catcher, and he looked at second base and was going to throw down there, at least threaten to throw down there, had a presence of 9, not to be caught up with a nice catch against the screen, but decided to see if he could get that runner off second base.
That'll bring up Brady Warner. Brady Warner now at the plate. Runner still at second. That pitch down low in the dirt bounces. Wild pitch will advance Gwynn over to third. If the Bruins advance, they'll play the winner of the other quarterfinal in their bracket, El Toro, who was a wild card team and has defeated Servite and Bell Gardens, is playing at Rialto, who defeated Upland in a wild card game, then Ontario a league champ, then Temecula Valley a league champ. So two teams that have defeated 2 league champs are facing off in the other quarterfinal that will take on the winner of this game. In the other bracket, Mater Dei is at A.B. Miller. Those are 2 league champs. San Clemente, a wild card team that has defeated Esperanza, then Crespi, a league champ, and also Milliken is at Arlington, the Ivy League champ. This one lifted to deep left field. Is it far enough to bring home a run? Here comes the runner, and the throw will not be in time as the sacrifice fly by Brady Warner plates Gwynn, and another run home for the Bruins.
Well, this fly ball was fairly deep out there, and it wasn't a real close play at all at home plate. The ball was thrown wide, and so the Bruins have scored in every inning of this game thus far.
That's got to hurt a little bit if you're the Griffins, particularly because you bring in a relief pitcher with the idea of holding the Bruins after you've scored a run. This one lifted in the gap, and it'll fall for a base hit. Wasik is now 2 for 3. The hit parade continues.
Well, the Bruins are just an awesome baseball team from top to bottom. They're well coached. They play good defense. They have an ace pitcher in Jeremy Hess and a good second man in Papazian. They're going to be very, very tough, and they're going to, I mean, they're 6 runs ahead now, and if they survive in this ball game, they're going to be very tough in the semifinal match.
9 hits have accounted for the 10 runs. What we have not seen here in the 5th inning that we've seen in every other inning is a home run by the Bruins. They have homered in each of the previous 4 innings. I think the Bruin fans are now expecting them to hit one out every inning. Heck, I think I'm starting to expect them to hit one out every inning.
And why not? They've done it. And they've shown in our TV broadcast on Ed.News Sports that they are capable of the long ball and the small ball.
The curve, a strike. So the count now 1-2. Reyna ahead, 2 down. As Wasik takes his lead over at first base. Reyna, who forgot to keep an eye on Gwynn, peeks over at Wasik, but there goes Wasik. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gutierrez, and the side retired here in the 5th. 1 run scores on 2 base hits. No errors, nobody, or 1 runner left on base. We're now through 4 1/2. It's 10-4 in favor of the Bruins. A home game for the Griffins, but the Bruins have made themselves at home, having lifted 5 home runs out of the ballpark on their way to a 10-4 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jeremy Hess, who has teetered on the edge of disaster and has brought himself in the Bruins' back, will face Nick Fitzgerald, Jared Ball, and Ryan Hansen here in the 5th.
Pretty much the same story in the doubleheader that they played in March. 9-3 in that doubleheader. Both ball games was 9-3 in favor of the Wilson Bruins over the Los Alamitos Griffins.
We're in the bottom of the 5th. The winner gets the El Toro Rialto winner, with the semifinals, if they follow the same formula as last year, will be at Blair Field, a virtual home game, although a flip will determine who actually bats last. It is a virtual lock that it'll be at Blair, but hey, stranger things have happened. We know that Cal State Long Beach is done playing at home as the Dirtbags have advanced to the regionals, but they will be on the road till this season is over, whenever that may be. Count 2-1 to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Los Alamitos. Nick Fitzgerald grounds it right at Gwynn, goes down on a knee to make the play, flips to Hess covering, out number 1. Again, testimony of the good fielding pitcher. Hess over there quickly, making the play easy for Gwynn, just flips it over to him for the first out of the inning.
Well, I think you make an excellent point, Willie, about a pitcher. Not only does he have to throw the ball hard and be a smart thrower, but he's got to come off that mound in different situations, make great throws, field the ball cleanly, cover first base.
Put it this way, if you're not a good fielding pitcher, you've got a bullseye on your chest. And just knocking it down isn't going to save your life. The pitch, a strike. So you might as well get the glove up and make the play. Especially in high school and even at the collegiate level with the aluminum bat, the ball travels so quickly to the mound, which is only 60 feet 6 inches away. And a power pitcher like Jeremy Hess, hey, that just helps the speed of the ball come back at you. So it is imperative to be a good fielding pitcher if you want to stay in this game and stay healthy. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ball. Second time he's struck out in the ball game.
Well, Jeremy
That's strikeout number 4.
has gotten stronger as the game has gotten older. And that's